Coming up on Good Morning Texas, an inside look at how a florist prepares for Valentine's Day.
Check out some spots around Austin to take your date.
And a unique and uncommon store on South Congress.
All this and more coming up on Good Morning Texas.
Good morning, Texas. I'm Leslie Adamy.
And I'm Madeline Christensen. With us today is weather anchor Rachel Robillard.
And news anchor Ryan Terrebonne. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you.
Recently, there has been an increase in break-ins and burglaries in downtown Austin, so APD is warning residents who live just off I-35 to protect their belongings. People are reporting that their possessions have been stolen and are being put up on Craigslist and eBay. Officers are suggesting that people take an inventory of their items, documenting the serial number, make, and model, and even encouraging taking photos of the items for extra precaution. Police believe there's one group that is committing most of the crimes.
Well, since flowers are one of the most popular Valentine's Day gifts, I took a behind-the-scenes look into how a floral shop prepares for its biggest holiday. With Valentine's Day right around the corner, Good Morning Texas made a visit to King Florist, a local Austin flower shop, to see what business was like on their busiest day of the year.
This year, it's on a Friday. It's our biggest year in the past 7 years. We're planning to do anywhere from about 800 to 1,500 orders in the next 5 days.
King Florist delivers to a wide variety of customers on Valentine's Day.
We actually get a good amount of wives and girlfriends sending to husbands and boyfriends, but mostly girlfriends, wives, and sometimes sending to a grandma or a secret admirer. We have a few of those as well.
Their most popular flower sold on Valentine's Day isn't exactly what you'd think it would be.
You know, it used to be red roses, but a lot of our clients are choosing to move to more spring flowers. They say, I love you just as well as a red rose does.
And what about the message for that special someone?
Messages don't get too out there. People kind of set to a very, heartfelt message, I would say. If they have a joking relationship, they'll add little pet names, which are always fun to hear the guy say over the phone. But other than that, it's just a sweet, I love you, happy Valentine's Day, thanks for being mine.
So why do people order flowers for Valentine's Day?
I think it's because people are in love. They want to express it, and there's no better way than ordering flowers, something that is really so special and so custom, especially from our store. It really conveys a message that you're worth this item that is perishable. You're worth this.
Madeline Christensen, Good Morning Texas. Well, while I was there, Lindsay actually told me that one of their most expensive arrangements they've had done was $1,200, and it's an arrangement of Hawaiian flowers and for a very special guest. So
$1,200.
It's crazy to think that people spend.
I could never spend that much money. I'm just
on
not
flowers.
Flowers. I mean, they die eventually. Like, get her a bracelet or something that doesn't die. I mean, I'm just not a big fan of flowers because they will die. And if I were to get flowers, the Hawaiian ones sound pretty interesting. But like, give me something very unique, like bluebonnets or something. But don't pick them. Grow them yourself. That's what I want.
I only gotta say it must be for someone very, very special.
Yeah.
Maybe a celebrity. I don't know. Very cool stuff.
That's great.
You've ordered the flowers, but now you need a date destination. Here are a few local options. Austin's downtown scene hosts a variety of options to eat and shop around every corner. Our only suggestion, if you plan on taking your date somewhere downtown, check to see if you need to make reservations first. If you can't find a spot downtown, no worries. A few minutes away is South Congress, famous for unique places to eat and shop as well. And don't forget to get a picture with your sweetheart in front of the I Love You mural. If you want to be outdoors but not necessarily escape the city, Zilker Park is a great spot for the recreational couple. Bring a blanket, some treats, and you have a cheap but very romantic picnic date by the city. Or if you're looking to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city, take a drive out to one of Austin's largest parks. Emma Long Metropolitan Park sits right on the lake and is perfect for camping, picnicking, and simply enjoying nature. Dubbed one of the most romantic spots in Austin, Mount Bonnell is a favorite date spot among Austinites. At 775 feet, you and your date can enjoy the view of the lake and the city itself. Now, I don't know about y'all, and it may be a little cliche, but Mount Bonnell is definitely my favorite date spot or here in Austin. I think it was so romantic, especially like at sunrise or like sundown. It's so beautiful seeing the sun over the or I guess the hills. It's breathtaking, absolutely.
Yeah, anything outside on great weather is awesome. My personal fave is Spider House. There is an outside patio where you can stay outside, and they have really cool lights and decorations. It's very antique, and they have some great Mexican martinis when it's happy hour, if you ask me.
Oh, that's definitely a cute little place to go on a date, I'd say.
Another great option is Hula Hut or the Oasis, because it's on the water, so it's very romantic atmosphere, especially if it's around sunset.
Perfect. I love it. Now, South Congress is home to tons of interesting shops and restaurants. Let's take a look at one little store that's a bit uncommon.
Located on South Congress, the store Uncommon Objects has become a well-known shop for all sorts of antique goods. We sat down with Daniel Schmidt, a dealer at Uncommon Objects, to learn more about the business.
Our slogan is raw materials for creative living, and that's what we try to provide. So everything we have is antique or vintage, with very, very few exceptions. So we do lots of furniture, lots of jewelry, and everything in between. I think we put a really big focus on our merchandising, and that makes a really big difference. So even though we are an antique mall, it doesn't always seem that way because it's such a cohesive store, because we put so much time into constantly redoing all of our displays, making sure everything throughout the store is just really, really tight and just really looking the best it can.
According to Schmidt, Uncommon Objects will continue to scope out interesting items for future business.
Create more creative displays, and just finding the best stuff we can find.
For Good Morning Texas, this has been Marissa Martinez and Marissa Carey reporting.
So old, and it's nice to think about who's owned it before you, and like, is there a story behind it, and all that kinds of cool stuff.
I'm an absolute sucker for antique shops. I love shops, my bad. I love the like vintage look. It's very very. It's a timeless look, timeless feeling. You never know what you're going to find in antique shops.
It makes me wish I had somewhere to put it all instead of just a dorm room. I wish I had a big house. I'd buy it all if I could.
Right?
Exactly. Well, as some of us may be getting ready to spread our love on Valentine's Day, Chosen Dance Ministry is getting ready to spread their love of the Gospels. Luke Minadani shows us this Christian praise group on campus.
Your will be done. One for the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. When praises go up, blessings come down. Chosen one time, JSC.
Chosen Dance Ministry is a praise dance group here on campus. The group uses music and their bodies to spread God's word. Chosen is a part of Texas Gospel Fellowship, a Christian student organization at UT. Chosen ministers to the Austin community and has traveled all over Texas to several churches. Chosen group member Shantavia Murphy tells us how dancing has affected her.
That dance is what essentially saved me. In high school, I wasn't going down a awesome path. Like, my relationship with God wasn't strong. There have been times where I wanted to give up, but like, dancing is what keeps me there.
Minadani, Good Morning Texas.
Chosen Dance Ministry has performed at many events on campus, but the group will hold their own event at February 22nd at 6:15 in the SAC Ballroom.
Now don't go anywhere. Coming up next, a look at this week's weather forecast.
Stay tuned for more Good Morning Texas.
Welcome back, and now for some local news. What's happening around town, Ryan?
Bikers in Austin are getting excited about construction. A new bicycle bridge is underway on Mopac. The bridge will cross Barton Creek Greenbelt to help make the Mopac pedestrian and biker friendly. The Texas Department of Transportation estimates the project to be completed and cost $7.7 million. A local Austin couple is taking on Texas in federal court. A U.S. federal court judge is to hear their argument for the Texas gay marriage ban in San Antonio today. The couple was married in Massachusetts in 2009, only to find they don't have rights as a married couple here in Texas. Texas law defines marriage as a union between a man and a woman. Similar same-sex marriage bans have been stopped in Utah and Oklahoma. University of Texas systems are looking for a replacement to lead the Board of Regents. Chancellor Francisco Cigarro resigned Monday to become the head of pediatric transplant surgery at the University of Texas Health Science Center in San Antonio. Cigarro says he is not leaving because of recent discussions over UT President Bill Powers' job, but because he's accomplished his goals for Texas higher education over the last 5 years. Cigarro plans to continue as chancellor until his replacement is chosen.
Thank you, Ryan. Now, the weather has been all over the place lately. What can we look forward to, Rachel?
Now, Madeline, the weather has had its ups and downs this past week, yet the weather this week looks very consistent. All the cold and rain has brought sunshine and warmer temperatures this week. Today, you can leave your umbrellas at home. Take a look as we can expect a high of 52 degrees with a low of 35. It will be a sunny day and will continue to be mostly sunny throughout the week. Don't let the sun fool you, since wind speeds get up to 10 miles per hour with a peak of gusting winds at 20 miles per hour on Thursday afternoon. Thursday will be a warmer, sunny day with a high of 65 degrees and a low of 45. As you can tell, temperatures this week are getting gradually warmer. If you have plans outside for Valentine's Day, you're in luck. It will continue to be sunny on Valentine's Day, as this Friday has a high of 74 degrees and a low of 46. This weekend, you won't need more than a light jacket, since Saturday and Sunday will be partly sunny in the high of 70s and the low in the mid-50s, with minimal wind. That being said, we can gradually take off our parka jackets and earmuffs towards the end of this week. Well, that's all we have for the news this week, and be sure to take advantage of the higher temperatures, as the university expects to continue with normal operations through the end of this week.
Thanks, Rachel. I'm definitely looking forward to that warmer weather. I'm tired of all these alerts that we might have class canceled. Quite frankly, I'm done. I'm looking forward to warmer weather.
I'm
yes,
good. I need
snow
to take my
days.
tests. I know that. I don't want to be saying that. It's bittersweet, but I need to be taking those tests.
But then again, knowing Texas weather, it'll be cold again next week in the 30s probably.
This is true. Now, don't go anywhere, because after the break, we'll discuss gifts that your significant other might not appreciate.
We'll be right back.
Well, we all know the epic dilemma of what to get your special someone for Valentine's Day, so here are some items you want to weed out. One that definitely just sticks out to me is definitely do not get what you got your ex like last year for Valentine's. I think that's a huge red flag. Don't do it. No one likes recycled gifts.
And that's going to come back to bite you, I think,
Exactly.
in the
What if
future.
they find out? Exactly.
Yeah. Another one is something like a gym membership for your girlfriend or boyfriend who's not a gym person yet. Like if you're trying to send them a secret message, probably won't end very well for you in the long run if you do that.
Definitely not. Going along with like the athletic touch, don't get your significant other a jersey that has your name on the back. I think that is absolutely cheesy. Unless they're like a huge sports fan, you guys watch games together. You know what, actually, even then, I don't think that's such a good idea, quite frankly.
But on the flip side of that, I think it's really cute when couples have the matching jerseys that say like their separate names and then the numbers are the date they started dating or
That's
the anniversary.
actually really
That's
cute. I like
For
that.
older couples.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not 3 weeks in.
No.
Oh,
Too
definitely.
soon.
Yeah, definitely.
For me, I am not a big candy fan, so I don't think giving your significant other candy would be most appropriate. Spring break is coming up, 3 weeks exactly.
This is
so
true.
that's not what I want right
Good
now.
point, definitely.
Loved ones, you know who you are. That's not what I want. But if you were to give your significant other a piece of candy, dark chocolate would be the best chocolate because it's actually very good for you. And
Oh, definitely a fan of dark chocolate.
I'll take some of that, but only a minimum amount. I understand it's all about, portions.
I think another important thing is to keep it personalized because, like you said, if you can get it to your ex and then to your new significant other, that probably means it doesn't mean a whole lot.
Yeah,
And that goes along with money and anything like that. Like, I don't want that. That means nothing. Cause
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
money's
anything to you?
definitely no.
Along with money, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely don't want to be getting gift cards from my significant other, maybe to like Chick-fil-A or Subway. Like, I am a college student. I appreciate, extra money, like a free lunch, but not on Valentine. Exactly. Take me out. Take me over there. Exactly.
Maybe take you somewhere nicer and pay for it, and then instead of
Yeah,
giving you a gift
definitely
card,
nicer.
go on a date and get a gift.
Exactly. I think the big thing when you're dealing with presents for your significant other is just to keep it personal, because that really shows that you care and that you know what they like, and that you love what they love, that kind of stuff. That's like the biggest thing, in my opinion.
So definitely keep it personal, but not too cheesy. Be smart. Be aware of food and flower allergies.
And fears, stuff like
Fears. Definitely don't buy them a hot air balloon ride when you know they're afraid of heights. And if you're going for a gag gift or a funny gift, make sure you guys have the same sense of humor.
that. Exactly. You don't want to pull a prank on her and she's just gonna break up with you. Because
Don't
I've
embarrass
seen it happen.
her or him.
Exactly.
Definitely. Well, when we come back, we'll be speaking to a UT student with a very flexible talent. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Today we're talking to UT freshman Casey Adams, who is a contortionist. So that's pretty interesting.
So, well, first off, thank you for joining us
Yes,
this
thank
morning.
you.
Exactly what is, I guess, contortionism? What does it mean to be a contortionist?
Growing up, my mom and dad liked to go to a lot of Cirque du Soleil shows, and they would bring home these books, and they would have like pictures of all the performers. And my favorite section was always the women that would do weird things with their bodies and kind of be in really weird shapes. And I just thought it was so cool. And growing up, I did gymnastics, so I aimed for that kind of, and it was just kind of in the back of my mind whenever I would go to practice and things like that.
So contortioning is just like moving your body in a way that others can't typically?
Yeah, I don't think most people can do what I kind of
Oh, I know. I definitely can. I'm not flexible in the slightest. When did you discover, I understand you got into it when you were really young. When did you discover you can really move your limbs like that? Like you're really that flexible?
I tried out for cheerleading in 6th grade, and just doing jumps and like stretches, things like that, people would be like, wow, that's kind of different. And I didn't realize anything I could do was different until I kind of got into cheer, and then it kind of progressed from there.
Wow.
That's interesting. So you've been doing this since like 6th grade-ish?
Right whenever I tried out for cheer, and I did cheerleading up until senior year of high school, so stretching with that helped me keep flexible.
So technically, would you say it's something you're like born with, or is it something you can learn to do?
I think people can kind of learn to an extent, but I think I was born kind of double jointed, and that helped me to learn how to do things that people would stop like at a certain level and I could keep going.
Wow. And what makes you, well, you said you did gymnastics, so you obviously, I guess you went to like meets and things like that. What makes you still want to keep up with it?
I just keep having these opportunities kind of presented to me. I kind of thought I was done after like junior year. I was in a talent show and I was like, okay, that's the end. And I've kind of just had several different opportunities presented to me that I'm like, okay, I gotta keep doing it.
So you pursue it as more of a hobby than kind of like a life calling?
No, it is not my calling. I just kind of do it here and there for fun, so keep up with it.
How often are you asked to, I guess, bend your joints some kind of way? I don't know how you do it, but, or like, what's the most common reaction you get from people when you do, I guess, make a little move or a trick?
Usually my friends will kind of mention that I am a contortionist, and people will be like, wait, what, do something for me, like in class, and I'll just be like, maybe not. So I kind of don't do it every time they ask, but everyone always wants to see a little something.
Well, I know we definitely do.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
mind showing us a few tricks?
Sure.
Great. We're going to go ahead and step out, give you your space.
Same as you.
Me too. I can't even do a split. I'm sorry. Like that, I'm definitely a little embarrassed right now. I did gymnastics when I was little, and I still couldn't even really do a split. Do you ever feel sore after doing that? I feel a little, I don't know, I feel a little in pain after watching you alone.
After not doing it for a while, like I haven't like done extreme things in like a year and a half maybe, you kind of don't be able to go as far, so you have to kind of stretch it out, but it usually comes back, but I get kind of sore like afterwards, yeah.
Really? So it never hurts when you're actually like stretching out?
Not really.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
So are there any tips you can give us and the viewers on how we can try to contortion our body?
I guess my tips would be to kind of stretch out like daily and keep up with it. And also to maybe go to yoga. I mean, it's a really good workout as well, is like stretching and getting more flexible.
Wow, well thanks again, Casey.
Yes, thank you.
Well, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. For more Good Morning Texas throughout the week, you can follow us on Twitter at Good Morning TX.
Thank you and have a marvelous morning.